Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing the firsts tag, and I was tagged by Eve from Eve and Artie, and I will leave a channel link to her channel down below. Now it's just a tag about a whole bunch of firsts, so I've got a whole bunch of the questions or categories I think on my phone, so let's get into it. So number one is, what was your first job? And my first job was a job that I got after work experience, and I did work experience at a 10-pin bowling alley when I was 14 years old, and 2 days into the job I was offered a job. And yeah, fun fact, it is at that job where I met my husband Ryan, and no, Ryan was not the one who hired me. But yes, that is where we met, and that was my first job. Number two is, what was your first kiss like, and who and where? And I was actually having this conversation with Ryan when I originally was watching Eve's video, and it's really embarrassing because I'm not that old, but I don't actually remember too much about my first kiss. I could probably tell you what year it was. I'm pretty sure I was in year 8 maybe, but yeah, I feel like I should probably know that, but I just don't. It probably was really insignificant because I was probably like 12 or 13 or something. So yeah, sorry, that one's a bit random of answer. Number three is, what is your first memory of yourself? This one was a bit hard because I think Eve sort of touched on this in her video. Is it's really hard to sort of think of what the memory was, and if it was jogged by being told that, or if it's like you see photographs of yourself doing it. But I think for me, like if I'm thinking of like proper memory that I isn't from like a photo or anything like that, I think it's when, actually no, I was about to say it was when I was 4 years old and we were driving from Sydney to Perth, and I remember having a big long like fax paper, like my parents gave me like a roll of fax paper, and because it was like we were driving in the car for 5 days, I just kept pulling the roll and drawing on it. But it's not actually that, it is actually when we lived in Sydney, we were at a shopping centre and we were eating, and I had a bunny, and it was like my favourite bunny, and I took it everywhere, and you know, I was like 4 years old, it was really like, I loved it, took it everywhere. But we were eating, so I had it under the table at my feet, and then my dad went to say, oh, I saw some puppies in the windows, so when you finish eating, and we went there, and I actually left the bunny underneath the table and I walked off. And we didn't realise until I got home, and my parents rang the shopping centre to ask if it had been handed in or anything, and it hadn't. And yeah, that's the first memory I have, because I think it stands out because I lost my bunny and I was very, very upset. But yeah, next question. What was your first home out of home like? So the first place that I lived out of home was with Ryan, and he was in the house that we lived in before this, and we were renting with a friend, and yeah, it was nice. I would say it's a house that I lived in, whereas I would say the house that we live in now is our home, because this is our house, we own it, and you know, it's our family home, we have Maddison in it now. So, but the first house that I lived in out of home with our friend, yeah, it was a nice house, it was relatively new, nothing to complain about really. Actually, there was one thing, and it was the sliding door lock. It just took ages. If you've ever had a house with Jason's windows back door thing, it's just, yeah, it's a very complicated system. It's probably not supposed to be, but it was for me. Question number 5 is, what was the first fight you ever had with your parents? And to be honest, I know it sounds really sus and really weird that you say you don't fight with your parents. I don't fight with my parents. We disagree sometimes, we bicker, but we don't fight. Like, I remember being in high school and girls coming to school saying, oh my god, I had like the biggest fight with my mum, and I just never had that. We just don't argue. We disagree, we get annoyed at each other for doing things, like if I didn't clean the kitchen or something, but that's not a fight, that's just I didn't do something and my parents got annoyed, or my parents did something and I got annoyed. That's not really fighting. So I would say that we don't really fight. Number 6 is what was the first fight you have with your child or children? Maddison is 9 months old, so it's we've not really had a fight or a disagreement. She's too young for us to have a fight. There's no need for us to have a fight because I do everything for her, and Maddison's too young for me to have a fight with her. I'm hoping that we don't fight. We don't really have anything to fight about, but she's 9 months old, so that's not happened yet, and hopefully it doesn't. Number 10 is what was your first holiday you took as an adult, i.e. without parents? So the first holiday I took without my parents was... I'm trying to think of what it was. I think it was... And I have 2 categories of this only because I took 2 while I was in high school. 2? Yeah. 2 holidays without my parents while I was in high school. When I was in year 9, I went on exchange to Japan for 3 weeks, so that was without my parents. And in year 12, yes, in year 12 I went on ski trip. So, which is, we went to Melbourne and went skiing. So they were the 2 holidays, they were the first 2 holidays I did without my parents. But they were in high school. If I'm talking about holidays that I did without my parents when I wasn't in high school, when you're an adult, and I realise that the question said adult now that I've sort of told you about my whole high school thing, I think it was, I went to uni games in my first year of uni and I wasn't 18, so I guess if that counts as being an adult. It probably doesn't because I wasn't 18, but I was in university because my birthday's at the end of the year. I spent my first year of university pretty much being 17, which really, really sucked. But, okay. Proper adult. First holiday as a proper adult, by proper adult I mean like over 18, was I went to Singapore and England, and it was a birthday. It was a birthday present from my parents for my 18th birthday, and I went to Singapore and I went to the UK and visited my family. Yeah, that was my first proper holiday as an adult, and I realised I just told you about 3 other holidays before that probably didn't answer the question. So yes, first holiday as an adult was to Singapore and England when I was 18. Number 11 is when did you first know you wanted children? I think I've wanted to be a mum for a very long time, and that became more apparent when things got a little more serious with Ryan, when we were like, Ryan would hate that if I said that we were ever dating because he just refuses to say that we were dating. When we started seeing each other and we were more serious a couple years in, I started realising that Ryan was the one I wanted to spend my life with and have children with and those kinds of things. And yeah, so it was probably a couple years. So probably I would have been about 21, 22 when I started to realise. So yeah, that's about when I started to realise that. And the last question is, when did you become physically aware or possibly even critical of your physical appearance? And I'm gonna say it was in high school. I have like diaries and journals from my high school years, and I read them and I talked about my weight. And it's really funny because I read what I used to write and how I used to think I was heavy and all those kinds of things, and I'm like, yeah, I weigh like 20 kilos more than that now, so I'm definitely heavier than I was, and I can't believe I thought that way. But yeah, I think that's probably when, like early high school, I think, because I've always been I've never been a slender person. I've been, I'm gonna say built. I'm not chubby. but I'm definitely not, I just don't have the frame to be like stick thin. Not that there's anything wrong with being stick thin, I don't mean that in an offensive way, I've never been that person, so I think I've been conscious of my physical appearance. I've never really had a problem with like my face or hair, not too much hair. I have a lot more control, I know what to do with it now, I have a lot more control over it, and I know it looks like it's fine, but I actually have like, I had like really curly frizzy hair, but I just straighten it a lot now. So that's all the questions in this first tag. I'm going to leave all the questions down below in the description box if you would like to do this tag. I thought about tagging a few mums, but I know there's been quite a few tags going around at the moment, and with Vlogmas coming up, I know everyone is getting ready for that. So if you do this video, let me know and I will be happy to come over and check it out. I thought it was really fun and they're just sort of different questions. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to stick around. Just hit that red subscribe button, and I upload new videos every week, usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the moment. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.